Hello, I'm Chapter Mazda Reziel, and I'm going to start a series of old lore in the older codex and see how it affects the story today. And to begin with, we'll go with one of the most famous parts of the Horus Heresy lore, and that is when the wolf and the lion fought. This is an interesting battle. It has been written many times and is well known throughout the lore. And this comes from the 5th edition Space Wolf Codex. The wolf and the lion. The relationships between many Space Marine chapters have not always been cordial, despite their common loyalties to the Emperor and the Imperium. Ancient rivalries, territorial conflicts, and all manner of circumstances exist to create discord amongst them. Few rivalries are well deeped or was well known between the Space Wolves and the Dark Angels. According to legend, it was during the Horus Heresy that the two chapters met for the first time. The Space Wolves maintain that it was Lionel Johnson, Primarch of the Dark Angels, who began the feud with the Space Wolves. It was upon the world of Dulan where the two chapters came to blows. It is said the Space Wolves and Dark Angels were fighting alongside each other to dispose of tyrant Durath, when suddenly, and without warning, Al Johnson broke ranks and led his Dark Angels into attack against the tyrant's fortress. The Space Wolves found their flanks unprotected, and many warriors were slain when the enemy counterattacked. More galling to the prideful Leman Russ was the fact that the Dark Angels swept all before them and easily won the battle. After the conflict, hot-tempered and fearless, Russ stormed after Al Johnson and launched into the Dark Angels' Primarch, fists flying and curses upon his lips. The two titanic warriors battled for a day and a night, each unable to overcome the other. At last, the pair broke apart, and Russ, seeing the humour in the situation, began to laugh, quietly at first, but soon with fulsome roar of mirth. The Dark Angel's Primarch looked upon Russ with disgust. He saw the Fenrisian's first blow as treacherous, so he raised his fist and dealt the laughing Russ such a blow that he was rendered unconscious. Considering his honour to be satisfied, Al Johnson left the fortress and set off into space. Thus the long and bitter feud between the two Primarchs, which never really ended and continues to this day after a fashion. It is claimed that the Primarchs eventually became accustomed to these personal battles, growing to respect each other and becoming great friends. Since the passing of the two mighty Primarchs, the Space Wolves and Dark Angels have grown ever further apart. Though they have fought together since, the ancient rivalry remains. So it is every time the two chapters meet, a champion from each chapter is called upon to refight the ancient duel between the two Primarchs, in order to honor that tradition to be satisfied. So, what do I think? Well, it's interesting to see that the Space Wolves and Dark Angels still do this duel every time they meet. But, what does it mean for future? Especially with the Primarchs returning, I can see Russ starting a fight with Lionel Johnson again, because back in the Horus Heresy, when he first met Horus, he said to Horus that it is tradition for my people to fight brothers. So I can see him just starting a brawl with Lionel Johnson, because he believes brothers fight. Whereas Lionel Johnson may not take this as a playful fight. He may be more serious and more stoic within his thoughts, and maybe be far more lethal to Leman Russ, not understanding the fact that this is a friendly fight, a playful duel between brothers, and bring all his. I don't think he will kill Leman Russ, but he will definitely not pull his punches. As we can see in that one, when Leman Russ started fighting, Lionel Johnson hit him and just knocked him out with a single blow. And I think this will come to show more in the future if these two come to face each other again. With the lion now awake in the rock, and we are still unaware of where Leman Russ is, it's interesting to see how this will play out. Especially if how proudful the Space Wolves are, should the lion fight along Dark Angels, well allied with Space Wolves, will the lion take his place? Will the lion be the champion to fight the champion of the Space Wolves? I would not think so, because it would be dramatically one-sided, but I could also see the Space Wolves being so prideful that they would honour for nothing less than the Primarch to fight their greatest champion. It's interesting to see that these two very different chapters have this version of this duel. One story can very much somber in their appearance, where the other is more jovial and it'd be light-hearted on one side. It'd definitely be more serious on the other. Anyway, what do you guys think? This is the first time I will be doing more of these small lore from old codexes and see how they work out now. Please like, subscribe, and hope you catch you all later.